So I'm not the biggest fan of gray days. They just get your mood down. So I'm sorry if my energy isn't, through the roof. I'm gonna try to be as upbeat as I can be. But I've been dealing a little bit with just kind of feeling down a little bit. I think that when you don't really know what the future holds, and nobody knows what the future holds, but when you're kind of in still a transitional phase or a transitional place, sometimes there's a tendency for a little bit of negativity to kind of set in, and you've got to guard against that. So it's kind of what I'm fighting right now, just kind of battling the negativity, because I try really hard to be a positive, person, be an optimistic, upbeat person, but sometimes it's a little difficult. And for me right now, I think it's difficult simply because I think it's easy when you're in a transitional phase and you can see where that transitional phase is going to get you. Like when okay, I have to do this in order to get to this place, or in order to have this or whatever, then it's a little bit easier. But when you're sort of in flux and you don't really know where you're going to be or what you're going to be doing or anything like that in the future, then sometimes there's a tendency for you to start to listen to the voices in your head that tell you that that at a certain point you're going to have to do the more conventional thing. Like you're going to have to go back to getting a regular job in order to make more money. I just think that I'm kind of battling those voices right now, because for me, I don't want that, and that's not to say that there's anything wrong with that, but it's just not for me. Like it really messes with me emotionally and psychologically when I have to live life that way. So I'm kind of in the pursuit of happiness, I guess, kind of like what he said in the movie. And it's funny because I find myself asking people sometimes, kind of like the scene in the movie where he asked the guy who's just like, what do I have to do to have that? When he looked at the guy's car, I kind of find myself in that same kind of mode sometimes. And I think that when you think that way and you start to do things that you feel like will eventually get you there, then initially you're stoked, like you're super hyped and really optimistic that you're gonna get there, even though you don't know how. You're really motivated and you're really excited about the challenge. But I think that as time goes on and you've not really made progress and you don't see yourself as being any closer than you were before, then what happens is you start to listen to the negativity. And I don't know, just kind of fighting with that a little bit. Still doing the Instacart thing, it pays the bills, but yeah, and then that comes with a lot of different complexities and psychological mind games, and that this isn't the end game either. So you find yourself not really wanting to plan your life around this, but you don't really have any other option because of the fact that it's all you have right now, and so I don't know, just trying to be as optimistic and as upbeat as I can be. I know that there's millions, probably billions, I mean there's a lot of people that have it a lot worse off than I do. And so my little problems and little issues that I deal with emotionally and mentally pale in comparison to people who actually have real problems and real issues. So I don't ever want to blow up what it is that I might be going through in my head on account of the fact that it could be so much worse. I've got a really good life, and so I don't want to make it seem as though I don't, because I am aware of the fact that I do. So I try to count my blessings and I try to be grateful. I try to be appreciative of what I have and the lifestyle that I'm able to live, and so I am grateful. I'm also human, and so for those of y'all who might be dealing with the same things, I understand. And I guess my only advice would be to just kind of push through. Don't allow the negativity to win. just try to make choices that are consistent with the direction that you would like to see your life go. And I'm just crazy enough to think that it, eventually it's gonna be worth it. And I don't know when that eventually is gonna be, but yeah, just continue to push, continue to make strides, continue to try to learn as much as you can about whatever it is that you feel like will get you there. And yeah, just continue to do it, man. I mean, I'm inspired by YouTubers. I could throw names out there, but I mean, just the fact and the idea that there's people who are just like me, who just decided one day that I'm going to be a content creator. I'm gonna shoot YouTube videos, and I'm gonna team up with companies and do sponsorships, and that's gonna lead to a lot of different other doors opening. And I don't know if people honestly think that. Like, I don't know if that's a part of anyone's. Sorry if that's noisy. There's a car in front of me that's really loud, so hopefully that's not coming across on the video. If it is, I apologize. But yeah, man, it's exciting to know that there's people who think exactly the way that I do, and they're actually reaping the benefits of having thought that way. When you can just actually see the way that people are able to live. You see people buying homes, and I'm not talking about anything grand. I'm just talking about people that are just able to survive, and not just survive, but live fruitfully off of what started out as, I don't want to say a dream, because that sounds kind of cliche, but just kind of what started out as an idea, and then it just blossomed and grew. So I'm really inspired by all of the YouTubers, mainly because of the fact that a lot of them are so young. Like, I'm not as young as the majority of those guys, but just having the knowledge that they sat down one day and said, you know what, this is what I want to do, this is the direction that I want my life to go. I'm super inspired by people like that, man. And so that's kind of where I'm at right now. Gonna continue to stay optimistic and upbeat, and hopefully you'll do the same. I know the energy's kind of low right now, but it's just kind of the zone that I'm in right now. I mean, I would like to be all rah-rah and everything, but I'm not there right now, so I apologize. If it kind of gets you down, gets you bummed out, then I'm sorry, but that's just kind of what it is right now. I know it'll change. I know that I'll eventually snap out of it and be lively, be my normal self, but it's just kind of the zone that I'm in right now. So, but I would like to say that for those of you who might be dealing with the same kinds of emotions and the same kinds of feelings, that it's okay. Doesn't mean that there's anything wrong with you. It just means that probably the exact opposite. I think that people who think that way, and are actually able to do something or willing to do something in order to change it, and make their life go in the direction that they would like to go, I think that that's admirable. And so yeah, just continue to do whatever it is that you do to snap out of the pessimism and the negativity. If you've got a support system, and if you've got friends and family who are able to kind of help you out in those times and in that regard, then lean on them. But at the end of the day, definitely know that you're not alone. And there's a lot of us out here that are kind of thinking the same way, feeling the same way, dealing and battling a lot of the same emotions and feelings. So I hope you have a great day, and yeah, until next time, deuces. But I guess while I'm on here, I'll kind of talk a little bit about what I get asked quite frequently now for whatever reason. But a lot of people ask me whether or not Instacart is still worth doing. People that have, kind of dabbled in it before, kind of tried it before, and then people that haven't but always see, us out scanning and shopping and stuff like that. People just always want to know, hey, is it worth it? And I think it depends. Like, it depends on your circumstances. For some people it definitely is. For other people it might not be. I would say that it's definitely worth giving a shot. It's definitely worth trying, because you never know. But I will kind of caution you that it's not going to be for everyone. Some people are going to enjoy it a lot, and then other people are just going to say, it's not for me. I don't think it's as bad as some people might have you to believe. Like, if you are the kind of person to scour YouTube for videos, if you run across any videos that are like just super negative and would have you to believe that Instacart is a bad company or anything like that, I don't agree with that. Like, that hasn't been my experience. Not to say that everyone's experience isn't unique and different, but my experience has been that there's definitely room for improvement in a lot of areas, and there's definitely challenges that you're going to be faced with. But I do think that it's something that is relatively new, in terms of the company, and so there's some, there's definitely a filling out of sorts, in terms of trying to establish on a national level how you're going to go about, doing all of these things and growing as a company. So I definitely think that there's challenges that the company faces, and sometimes those challenges might, translate into changes in the way of, money or how we're paid and things like that. And if you're a person that's been doing it for a while, you've sort of absorbed some of the changes, and some of the changes I'm okay with. Other ones you just kind of learn to roll with the punches, because honestly there's nothing we can do about it. I think that the one thing that you do have to kind of hold on to when it comes to something like Instacart is you've got to, like, you have choices. At the end of the day, if you don't like it, then don't do it. But I don't think it's kosher to ever just rail against something and kind of downplay something as just being definitively, stay away from this or don't do this, because everyone's set of circumstances are going to be different. So I always say give it a shot, and if you feel like it's not for you, then move on and try something else. But there's been changes to the pay structure, and for some people that translate into them making a lot less money. For others, you may see some differences there, but they might not necessarily be as substantial. So for me, there's definitely been a hit, but I don't know if it's been as significant as some of the other people that I talk to and some of the other people that I run across. So yeah, I do caution you that Instacart is the kind of thing, it's the kind of platform that's constantly evolving and constantly changing. And so if you're okay with constant change, then yeah, you may be okay with it. But if you're the kind of person who sort of develops a routine, and you like your routine, and you don't want any deviation, any change from what you've grown accustomed to and what then Instacart is probably going to rub you the wrong way at some point, because it's constantly changing and constantly evolving. I understand that. I understand the need for that, and so I'm okay with it. I'm not always okay in the minute or in the moment with the changes, but I understand that it's something that inevitably you just learn to roll with, and you just kind of adjust. So yeah, I mean, long story short, give it a shot if it's something that you feel like you'd like to try. And then at the end of the day, if it's not for you, then you can move on and do something different. But I guess that's my rant. That's my Instacart rant for the day. I'm actually out right now waiting to get another batch. I just finished 2, so hopefully another one will come through here in the next couple minutes. But yeah, just kind of wanted to touch on that. Hopefully you guys are having a good day, wherever you are, enjoying some sunshine. I think the sun's supposed to come out here a little bit later today. Right now it's overcast, but it's nice because of the fact that I get to wear like my cardigans and some sweaters that I otherwise wouldn't be able to. Because out here, like when the sun is shining, it dramatically affects like the temperature, or at least how it feels. It might not affect the temperature that great. Like out here it could be 62 degrees, but if the sun is shining, then it feels like 72, a lot of times, simply because of the fact that the sun is so like dominant. And so yeah, I actually enjoy some of the overcast days, just because if it's supposed to be 59, 60 degrees, and it's actually gonna feel like 59, 60 degrees, which allows me to kind of do some of the things and wear some of the stuff that I enjoy being able to wear in the winter months, which you can't really wear in Arizona all the time. So enjoying it, man, enjoying the day. Hopefully you guys are doing the same. And as always, if you have any questions, definitely feel free to drop a comment down below. If you just like the video, leave a comment down below. Thumbs up help. So if you like the video, if you like what I'm saying, like what I'm talking about, definitely give it a thumbs up. And always, subscribe. I think for whatever reason, people who aren't like avid YouTubers, in terms of avid YouTube viewers, are hesitant to subscribe to people's channels, and I don't really know what the reluctance is. All it does is help the people that help the people whose videos you're watching. So if you watch the video, definitely go ahead and hit that subscribe button. It's not going to affect you in any way adversely, negatively, but it will help me out, so I definitely always appreciate it. And as always, try to get out there and enjoy your sunset. And until next time, deuces. For real this time. P.S. If you've never tried these, do yourself a favor. Slam it. I don't eat candy. These are the only things I eat. Found out about these about a year ago. And I used to really like gummy bears and gummy worms, and I used to be a big jelly bean eater. I used to love jelly beans, but yeah, these, yeah, nice. Do yourself a favor. But yeah, this time I'm gone. So, deuces.